Howdy.
Hello, good evening.
So fellas, rather than talking about twang, because twang will be inside of what we'll talk about, we need to get at relieving tension. That's the biggest thing for virtually any lead. It's all about that. So it's going to come from three areas. So like three, if we were thinking about, like a Venn diagram with three circles or anything like that. So we'll just talk about quadrants or whatever, but it's only three of them. So one is that stuff that we did years ago about your alignment, your body alignment, your posture. So there, one thing is about the stuff that's happening kind of from the collarbone up and making sure we're not holding our head. Usually it's about it being slung forward. So we're not holding our head in a way that's causing these muscles here to grab. So you think about having, like imagine like a longer back of the neck than the front of the neck and things like that. But just to keep this just in a very, very loose place, regardless of where you are in the range. So sometimes, when we're, as we're moving up the range, we, get that kind of thing going on. We don't have to stay here. We can even have, you'll see some great opera singers, they'll go here for, for some big stuff, but they don't go here for it, and crimp the hose. So it might make sense that you're allowed to kind of, lift up here for higher stuff. So the alignment thing from here up is a thing, but really important about the alignment thing, how you stand, how you sit, is in a way that allows your abdominal muscles to completely let go every time it's time to breathe. They have to completely release. So often we're standing in a way where our abdominals are flexed as we're standing. It's part of our posture is holding these abdominals, and it's often that we have to bring our shoulders a little bit more forward so that they are directly above our hips. That allows this to happen. And sometimes when we do that, we go, oh, my head's really way forward right now. So then it's about getting this to happen. So those are things to monitor because of tension related stuff. The second zone is about breath and vocal fold closure. It's all very related. If you have too much air, you will have a breathy tone, right? And so if you have a moderate amount of air, you're much more likely to have that nice little closure, that nice little ring in the tone. The higher you go, the less air pressure you need. And so if you've got phrases that are kind of moving into that passaggio, that break, if you might think of singing them quieter, doesn't mean breathier, but just quieter. That sometimes is a way to make you feel like you're not putting as much pressure underneath them. But the higher you go, the less space you want and the less air pressure you want. So from tiny, just a little whisper of air coming through, tiny little space. Rather than
Right.
the other way, right? And those, right. So for the two of you, that's going to be a big thing. Is zone 2. It's about breath and space, right? So, but that's helped by zone 3. Zone 3 is like just thinking about the vowels, the tongue position, allowing your soft palate to just stay down all the time. Don't get that yawn space thing. That's kind of out. And have your tongue forward. I feel like your tongue is very involved with your singing. And then maybe you too, I don't know for sure, but I'm more familiar with your singing,
It shouldn't be.
Right, you just want your tongue, it's almost like it's, not only does the tip there, but the tongue is not flat, the tongue is very arched. So it's, the E position of your teeth are here, the tongue is just, you want as much of your tongue up where your teeth are, so it's not in your throat, right? So as much of it here as you can. And what that does is to get twang, but also to get efficiency, is that your soft palate is down and your tongue is arched. So it's like the closer your tongue is to your soft palate, the better your life is. Right, so you have less space. You also have, if you're the least bit sciencey, you have some really nice back pressure that happens by having a little bit of space here. It's a little bit like that blowing through the straw exercise that we had before, right? It's very similar. By having the tongue right next to the soft palate, you're actually getting some air pressure back down onto the top of your folds to get a much more balanced breath support right here. So it's more steady, and you just use less force from here, right? It just gets very, very balanced and efficient. So, you can think of it either as not an E-tongue all the time, working on your E-tongue, getting it real good and forward, and then just like getting all of your words to happen over the top of an E-tongue. It's really not quite that. We did that a few years back to kind of get a good approximation. But even if you're going from E to ah, E, ah, E, ah, E, ah, E, ah, E, ah, E, ah. I feel like it's all right here. E, ah, there's nothing happening here. E, ah, no. E, ah, E, ah, small mouth. E, ah, 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 ah. You hear the breath pushing through. Ah, much less air, less space. And that's not a tension. That's like that strangling tension. It's just about making it more like a trumpet instead of a trombone when you get that high. Just a smaller instrument. So can you sing a little bit on something?
My wild.
Yeah. Did you feel that? Did you feel that? You do something to get up there, like as a whole. Like this, you'll see it on the recording. Physically, there's like almost like a seizing to go get that note.
My wild Irish, my wild Irish rose.
So let's go. Can you do just sitting still and just kind of relax here? Just go, whoo, 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 whoo. That's awesome. That's awesome. There's no grab at all, right? Whoo, whoo, whoo. Good. So, but we're gonna. So that's kind of a falsetto, a little bit of a head voice mix that you're doing there, but it's leaning towards the falsetto. We don't have to get it in one take here, but we're gonna get that more towards a voice that you sing with. So we instead of just going whoo, we're gonna go up and down and up and down. So whoo, do a little bit of that. Good. And can you go up without adding more breath? That's pretty good. That's pretty good, right? So you've got some habits that when you go up, that this zone is part of the move. And so it's interesting. I was thinking that you'll have tongue things that like the vowel you're choosing could be contributing to the tension. But now I'm thinking more that the force that's being used, the air force, is recruiting muscles to handle all the pressure. So if you can, it's almost like just to sing with much less air, sing much easier, sing quieter more of the time. Be very aware of any muscle grabbing in, and if you need to just don't keep singing, pause a moment, kind of that siren of or that sigh, right around there, that's how your voice would like you to sing that note, you know? Ah, 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 ah. I feel like there's nothing happening. I don't even feel the note. So that's what we want to court, right?
Okay.
So let's have you just even do a little Wild Irish Rose.
Okay. My wild Irish rose.
That's pretty. That might be low. That might be why I like it. Your voice sounds great. My wild Irish rose. And let's go ahead and sit up just a little bit.
Okay.
Mhm.
My wild Irish rose, the sweetest flower that grows. You may search everywhere, but none can compare with my wild Irish rose.
So you passed the audition. That's lovely. As you sit there, just see on the recording,
Mhm.
your head's a little slung forward and your chin's
Okay.
up just a little bit, but you sound real nice, right? So you have this kind of equilibrium that you find that makes the sound that you want, but it is just, it feels like it's right next to something that's going to have a fair amount of tension. And it has a bit of tension, but not such that you would, most folks, you wouldn't even notice it, right? But it feels like it's just like any second now, some grabbing
gonna
could
slip,
happen,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Like if we were just kind of singing something a little bit more rousing or whatever, that you might go there. So just try to have a little bit longer back of the neck,
Okay.
and I'm gonna grab you.
Okay.
Okay, now sing right there and just allow it to feel like your forehead is the first thing into
Okay.
the room. It's coming from right here.
Same
okay?
thing?
Yeah.
Okay. My wild Irish rose, the sweetest flower that grows.
So that's, on the recording, it might sound like, oh, that's a little better. It's actually hugely better. Hugely better.
It's
right?
a little more tilted.
Mhm.
It's,
So that's a really big thing, because by doing that, this frees up.
It takes the
and I
strain
don't
off
even
of
notice
air.
it. I don't know if you noticed, but it felt like you were using less air.
I didn't
I don't know if you noticed that at all.
yeah.
It just felt like there was just less pressure in the deal.
Just
So let's just kind of
tilting
get
a
that.
little down.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's really kind of it's from here to here. So this little hinge.
Yeah.
It's really about
Okay.
kind of going up on a diagonal, just like a quarter inch, just
Yeah.
from there to here, and allowing that to
Gotcha.
tilt here. So that this, and the thing is, for most of us, because of computers and phones and various things, even driving,
Yeah.
the back of the neck, those muscles are really tight, right? So it's really hard to have any kind of feel like we've got, here we've got more. We're more used to that kind of the opposition of these muscles here. Here, this is like ugh, and this is like, like we want all that space here. So this is unflexed. So this other way allows this to just kind of go, oh, I don't have anything to do, because we. Right.
Relieve that tension.
Right, and part of the tension is the weight of the head. Right, so
Yeah.
every little tick forward, off of the axis of your spine that your head gets a lot heavier. So here it's 11, 13 pounds in here, but you get to here like 25 pounds, 30, 35, 40 pounds over here. So these muscles have to get in here to hold it up. So that's part of where that's coming from. So, all right, so let's do, what's the little higher thing that we do with the chorus? We've been doing a lot of pop songs, a lot of Frank Sinatra for the last 2 or 3 weeks, so I don't have anything coming to mind.
No.
It's the on Spoonful of Sugar.
We
just go to me.
Yeah.
What key is that in, do you know?
What's that?
You know what key that's in?
I'm terrible at that. I don't know.
Let's just do this. Let's just go, let's do keep the whole world singing. Keep
Keep the whole world singing all day long.
Good, let's do that again. So we have listen, keep the whole world singing all day, singing all. So that's a bit of a jump, and you want to just feel more and more like there's no
just
change at
real
all. It's the
smooth
same. But even that, it's just the same. Like most of the notes can just come falling out, and it's not like you have to do a whole lot of shifting and steering, and like I'm using a different part of my voice. None of that. Keep the whole world singing all day long. Watch goodwill come a-winging on a song. So it feels much more like it's just the same voice. So why don't you guys try that?
Keep the whole world singing all day long.
Good. There's lots of good things there. Say, keep the whole world singing.
Keep the whole world singing.
Keep the whole world singing.
Keep the whole world singing. And try to have it feel like you're talking. So say it again. Keep the whole world singing. Sing it. Keep the whole world singing. Now say it. All day long.
All day long.
Sing it. All day long. Right, that's different than all day long.
I did it, went
right,
back.
and you're pulling it back, right? Right? So we'll say the line again. Keep
Keep
the
the-
whole world singing all day long. Say it. Keep the whole world singing all day long. Now let's sing it. Keep the whole world singing all day long. Watch goodwill come a-winging. Watch goodwill come a-winging. Say it. Watch goodwill come a-winging. Sing it. Watch goodwill come a-winging on a song. Good. On a song. On a song. Say it.
On a song.
Say it again.
On a song.
Sing it. On a song. Say it. On a song. Sing it. On a song. Say it.
On a song.
Sing it. On a song. Now we'll sing the notes at the same speed that we speak it. So we'll go on a song. On a song. Now say it. On a song. Sing it. On a song. Listen to me. On a song. 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 Right? So let's try that. Say it. On a song. 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 So what's interesting about that? Ba-bum. So we're ma. Where do we go? Ba-da-da. Oh, we changed keys. That's fine. So here, this on a song. This C, B flat, A flat is in a great place for most leads because it's going through one of our breaks, right? The one that where the trouble starts, right? And going from top down is really good. On a song, 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 on a song,
On a song. On a song.
Right, so it feels like it needs a little
song.
goose, right? On a song, on a song, on a song, on a song,
On a song. On a song. On a
So
song.
imagine
On a
that
song.
when you're singing the notes, that you're just like just the harpist, right? Tee-tee-tee-tee. Or like somebody's just like ringing the little bells, little triangle, little little gossamer, little spider web. On a song, and it's only got that much air. On a song, so you don't even want to have the if you had a candle in front of your mouth, the flame wouldn't flicker at all. On a song, on a song. That's another way to kind of get at the same thing, which is to use much less air. On a song, on a song.
On a song, on a song, on a song, on a
Say on,
on,
say on,
on,
Right, good. So on, that may not be helpful to us, right? But on, say hot.
Hot.
That's good, say hot.
Hot.
Say hot,
Hot.
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 Together, hot,
Hot.
hot,
Hot.
hot,
Hot.
hot,
Hot.
hot,
Hot.
hot,
Hot.
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 So you get the idea here? Do you feel how by going quickly and being as conversational as we can, we're trying to brainwash ourselves to not be singing? We want to hit notes. We're just like, we're not interested in you singing, right? It's just like, tell the story on these notes. You know, don't be a singer. Because the singer stuff has just got it's usually just tons of muscle from somewhere or other is involved with it, you know? So just speak it, sing it, speak it, sing it, speak it, sing it. Do it quietly, do it lightly. Try to imagine yourself as, you know, something that's very nimble, a little squirrel moving through the branches. You know, that's your voice. You know, it's not the big bear trying to climb up a tree. It's a little squirrel going, doo, 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 doo. And the more you can do that, it's like, well, that's not very loud. It's a great place to be, and it's not very loud, and it can get plenty loud if you're able to get kind of grounded, maybe not the best word, but grounded in that flighty little squirrel. You know, there's plenty of voice. What's interesting is that you don't hear it that way. You kind of need the feedback because it'll feel to you like you're like almost no sound is happening because you don't have all these muscles and bones and having the sound back here making your skull feel, oh, I've got a big old resonant voice happening here. It'll be almost all out here, and it'll feel to you like am I even singing? Is there anything happening? Can't even tell. It's like there's just no effort. I'm not using a lot of air. You know what I mean? That's really where you want to go. What's good about it is this kind of thing will really help you not develop any kind of vocal injuries or nodes or any of that kind of stuff from overuse or misuse or abuse. It'll also help you sing longer and longer and longer into your life. And you'll also start to find that things that were bothering you or were challenging to you are much less so.
Well, I thought I was doing it before. I mean, I thought I was bringing it, my voice forward, and I didn't think I was using that much tension. I mean, that's what I thought I was doing. Right after I listened to the twang presentation, I thought I was
Yes.
bringing it forward, but
You are. Yeah, sure. But it's very interesting. There's all kinds of traps there. So you've been saying, I'm bringing my voice forward, right? It's like, how many words condemned this man to death row, right? It's like out of your own mouth, because you don't want to bring your voice anywhere. It's more like you just want to have your singing be as similar to your speaking as you could, right? So the twang stuff is it's interesting. I've actually gone, we're trying to play catch up and make sure everyone understands twang, and I'm like, over twang. Twang is like, it's a subset of something. What's more important is to think of speech level vowels because they communicate well. There's more natural color and emotion to the
Tells
words
a
that we're
story.
singing. If the vowel is the same one that you would use to speak. If it isn't, then it's some foreign thing, and then you have to layer on emotion and
Yes,
things
yeah.
like that. But if it's the same vowels that you speak with, then it's going to feel like, oh, it's just this is the same way that I would express.
oh, I guess it looks a lot more relaxed.
Oh, it sure does.
Oh, yeah.
It sure
I guess.
does.
Yeah.
It sure does. It should really help. You know, oddly, it would be the thing that the biggest move would be in performance score, even more than singing. You know, because you just feel like, because sometimes we got a lot on our mind when we're performing, instead of just like, you don't have anything on your mind. There's a person that's hearing you sing this, and you have a reason you're singing it, and the reason you're singing this song as opposed to some other song, or the reason you're singing as opposed to talking, you know, but that's all you need to know, and go. You know, and so we want to just make it as simple as possible.
I guess I was making more of a production out of it than it really needs to be then.
Right. It's almost like I'm gonna get promoted based on my evident level of effort, you know, and command of what I'm doing, rather than, you know, have it be like, oh, it just looks like you just kind of fell out of bed and all that great sound came out, this great story,
Yeah.
you know? So we should probably move back towards. Do you have any questions, comments?
No.
Does-
Even that little bit, yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Because you guys are
Yeah,
both good lead singers, and you're good performing lead singers. Like you're not just a melody guy, you lead your quartet, you connect with the audience, you're very aware of like a mission that you're there to connect, you're there to move, you're there to have an impact, you know. So you're very purpose driven, and as you go forward, and nobody wonders who's the lead, you know, in the quartet and all that kind of stuff. But I think if you then just kind of declare victory, you know, that's there.
That makes sense.
You know, it's not gonna go anywhere. You don't have to keep going back and re-plowing that field, you know. It's like, you got that, you know. And now it's like, how can it be as just as easy as it, like, imagine if you were at the bedside and it was hospice, and you're singing the same song. You're singing the county auction?
Grundy
Oh,
County
goodness
Right, you're
gracious.
singing Grundy County Auction because it's their favorite song, right? Or it's the thing that they loved about you singing it, or the reason you learned it in the first place was because it was Mom's or Uncle Bill's.
You would
They're
like
all
a
about it.
bedside manner type of.
If you were in a hospice setting and they're barely conscious, right?
Want it to
You
be
know,
soothing.
but you gotta sing the song, it's gotta sound like the song,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's to somebody who's right here, and this is very intimate. You wouldn't use
No,
all
you
of your
wouldn't.
voice,
No,
you
God,
would
yeah.
just use the essence, right?
Yeah,
You would just use the sweet spot,
yeah,
and you'd want it to sound as sweet as it could be.
yeah.
You know, or if you're singing almost like, even though it's Grundy County Auction, you're trying to get the 2-year-old to fall asleep, and you can get them to fall asleep with this song every time.
Mhm.
They won't be awake by the end of the song. So they're in their bed, or in their toddler bed, or the crib, or whatever it is, and you're just right there, and they're not asleep yet, and you know that if you sing this song, they're gonna be out. Right, so you do it, but you do it in that setting, right? The lights are down, right?
Yeah,
There's a
yeah.
night light on, and you still sing the song. And you would sing it, it would be so easy. You know,
Yeah.
there'd be no tension at
There'd be
all.
no tension,
It's
right?
not like you're choosing to add tension, but there just wouldn't be any.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It would just be this intimate, sweet thing. And so
Yeah.
that's the place to try
To
to live
strive
there,
for,
even though
yeah.
you're in a room full of manly men.
Yeah.
You wanna sing it like, you know, you're at the side of the crib.
Yeah.
Got
Right?
it. Yep. Sounds good.
Thanks so much, Richard.
You're welcome.
Yes.
This drives John nuts, because he's going, you didn't sing. You didn't sing very much.